Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of the Points of Articulation, and I did it. I ran out and got the other X-Wing because, I was so impressed with the Partisan X-Wing from the Rogue One line that I figured, you know what, I was looking at this, they are cheap enough, might as well pick it up, and I did, and I am glad I did. And yes, it is the same mold as the Partisan X-Wing, they're the same thing, just painted different. But I don't care, it's painted in the decal of Red 5, which you can't go wrong with Red 5, Luke Skywalker shit. So, we have a little bit to talk about, so let's get right to it. Okay, looking at the detail of this great X-Wing, I will say this, it is an exact duplicate of the Partisan X-Wing. Same exact mold, or should I say, this is the same exact mold as this X-Wing. But anywho, I will put a link in the description below for the Partisan X-Wing from Rogue One, but I am going to do a full review of this because I think, you can see the details a little better on this one than this. So it is like a different ship just because of the paint scheme. But, yeah, so let's get right to it. I want to start with the front of the craft. And we can see some nice lines in the nose cone coming down to the cockpit. Just really cool. On the bottom, we have some great detail right there. Then looking at her cockpit, it's basically detailed. It's more of just angles than any support beams molded in there. But then coming back, we have our R2 unit, the engine section there. Come back around. Nicely detailed on there. We have our circle, a couple lines in this recess. Now for our wings, we'll start with the tops, and then work our way inwards, and then finally we'll finish off the bottom. Just look at that great detail right there on the engine. Just really awesome. For the front, the interior of the engine is pretty good. I like that. And now on the sides, we have some great details going on there. Right here we have this bunch of recesses. So almost like a honeycomb, but they're boxes, but it's pretty awesome. Because the shadows fill in all those little gaps and it looks sick. Then we have some rectangles right there, a couple shapes here. And the wing at this point right here is just flat. And that's the same for all four wings. Except this one, it's got like copyright crap on it. But for the most part, they are flat. Now right below the gun, we have a little step. And that's the same for each wing. You can see it right there above my thumb. And on the bottom as well. And that brings us to our laser cannons, so let me get a nice clear shot of them to show you the good detail. Okay, I got as close as I can to looking at these guns, and they are really nice. All the little smaller sections. Then we have this nice little trench right here that goes all the way around. Nice little modules there. Just really cool. And then on the back, and the reason I zoomed in this close is not just to look at the cannons, but the interior of the wings, which are molded. And we have some nice recesses in there, with some panels. Pretty awesome. And then coming down, we have that again. Pretty nice. And that's the same for this side. And give it a quick turnaround. Try not to touch my phone. Right here we have some detail on the side. And the back of the ship. Pretty nice. Again, a quick glance at those engines and wings. Just a great amount of detail. And now finally we'll take a look at the bottom. We have our one rivet holding it together and the peg connector port. And the bottom engines are well done. Did a great job with that. And again, leading back up to our nose cone. Oh no, I think the mold is very nice on this ship. So let's take a look at the paint. Now looking at the paint for Red 5, I think this X-Wing is very nicely done. It isn't really a gray, I'm going to say it's a light tan is the main color of the ship. And it's pretty nice. Now on top of that, we have our reds on the wings and the front. We have some yellow on there. pretty cool. Then we have some blue right here for the cockpit, and black for the windows. The R2 unit isn't painted. And then on the bottom we just have red. And that basically does it for the paint. Again, I think it would have been a little better with some sort of wash. But it is what it is. It's not bad at all. I think they did a pretty good job with it. So having said that, let's put this baby on a stand, measure it up, and compare it to another ship. When measuring the Hot Wheels X-Wing Starfighter, aka Red 5, it stands a tiny bit over 3 inches. So it's a nice sized ship. And just like other Hot Wheels ships, comes with a cool stand, connect it in that port, and you're good to go. And here is Red 5 next to the Partisan X-Wing from Rogue One. Same exact mold. Now to compare it to Hot Wheels Red 5, I have it next to the titanium version of Red 3. And they're pretty nice. They're both pretty good. I don't really have anything bad to say. I do prefer the titanium version. I think the detail and paint is better. But the X-Wing's not bad for Hot Wheels. I think it's pretty cool. And that does it today for my review of the Hot Wheels X-Wing Starfighter. Now this might be a remold of the Partisan or vice versa. However, don't let that deter you, because it has different paint. You could see more of the details because, well, it's not painted black. And it does stand out with the other ships so far. I think if you want an X-Wing, this is the way to go. It's cheap. I got mine for about $4 and change at Walmart. And if you want an older version, you could probably pick it up for cheaper than that. It's got great detail. The paint is pretty good. And overall, it's a great buy. So if you're a fan of X-Wings or Rebels, grab it. Also, there is a Red 5 in Rogue One. So I wonder, is this Luke Skywalker's X-Wing? Or is it the original Red 5? Because I think we saw a Red 5 and it got blown up. I don't know, maybe I'm wrong. But anywho, I hope you enjoyed my review. If you did, please like and subscribe. And I will see you next time. Bye, everybody.